All right, let me demonstrate mending with an indicator in nymphs. Marianne talked about the objectives with dry fly mending. You can mend line, you can take in line, feed line out, and you can raise and lower your rod tip. And with nymph fishing, it's fairly similar. You use a lot of the same kind of practices, but there's a few things that are different to it. So let me demonstrate a few things for you here. So we're going to cast out. We've got an indicator on there. Flies are down about 5 or 6 feet in this case. And the indicator is going to drift at the speed of the current. You just kind of let it go. If you use techniques that Marianne talked about earlier, we can mend the line a little bit. Look for that straight line between your indicator and your rod tip. Maybe you want to do a downstream mend or an upstream mend to get a good drift of those nymphs. So the easy way to mend is follow the same practices as dry fly mending. Get your indicator out there, do an upstream mend or a downstream, whichever is appropriate. You can feed line out, you can raise and lower the rod tip. Whatever you feel comfortable with, use the best kind of technique that works for you. Now there's a little bit more advanced technique where instead of just mending the line, we're going to move the indicator itself too. Not the flies, but the indicator. This is called a stack mend. And you need a little bit of slack line right here to do this. A couple of feet is usually about right. You do a normal cast, get it out there, then we're going to do a little flip of the line like this. And what we're going to do is it's going to get all the line behind the indicator and hopefully get the indicator behind where the flies are. When you cast, the flies are straight out in line with the indicator. We want the indicator straight above the flies. So this cast is to help with that. Get a little bit of slack, do your cast, get a little bit of slack here, do a flip cast like that. And our goal is to just move that line behind the indicator, move the indicator back upstream a little bit. See if I can do a good one here for you. Takes a lot of practice. Now, a little flip cast. Now that indicator went way behind. Now flies can drop down really fast because that indicator is not affecting them at all. This stack mend is a little bit more of an advanced one, and it does take practice, but it's a way to get even better drifting of nymphs when you're fishing. A little slack, get that indicator to bounce up out of the water. If you're fishing heavy nymphs, they'll stay in the water. You don't have to worry about them moving at all. Then you can mend your line normal as you would as you follow your indicator downstream.